It's time now for Media Watch, and I'm joined in the studio by Diptika Laurent. Hi, Dipti.
Hi, Nadia.
So you're going to start us off by looking at this Twitter hashtag, which has been condemning the gender pay gap.
That's right. It's really the story of the day in France. That Twitter hashtag was 3rd of November, 1144, marking the day, month, and exact time after which women are essentially working for free until the end of the year. The idea is to highlight the gender pay gap, which is still prevalent in many countries around the world, including here in France. And people have been using this hashtag to tweet their own desires for more equal pay between the genders. This user says, actually notes that last year it was on the 7th of November, which means we're actually regressing. So many people really sounding the alarm at the fact that we're not making much progress in trying to rectify the gender pay gap. And others have been tweeting this. This is not okay. This sort of poster here you can see explaining the gender pay gap difference. And finally, this website here explains that according to that World Economic Forum, it'll take a century to close the general gender gap, which is disparities in women's access to economic or educational opportunities, political activism, and healthcare. And it'll take 217 years for us to close the gender pay gap. So we're a very, very, very long way off.
Long way off indeed. Let's stick deeply with Twitter for your next story tonight. A former employee of Twitter sticking it to Donald Trump on their last day in the office.
I wonder if there are many people in the world who'd love to end their last day at work in this manner. One Twitter employee on his or her last day of work took the ultimate revenge on Donald Trump. The rogue staffer decided to shut down his Twitter account, and we know how important Twitter is to Donald Trump. And it lasted a glorious 11 minutes, notwithstanding the questions about how somebody at Twitter was able to shut down the account of the most powerful president in the world. There has been much praise online. Let's have a look at some of these tweets. This person, a GIF here, the sort of leaving in a blaze of fire image. While this user says, well, everyone's saying how good it was, but he's actually terrified that Donald Trump might have used those 11 minutes, to do work and perhaps pass legislation. So he's taking the more pessimistic side. There's even a T-shirt, and let me see if I can, there we go. Let me see if I can zoom on that. That's the screenshot of the moment that Donald Trump's Twitter account went offline. People have quickly made that into a T-shirt, and you can purchase that T-shirt. Now, Donald Trump, for his part, has taken it all into his stride. He tweeted this after the saga, saying, I guess the word must finally be getting out and having an impact. So, of course, he managed to make it about himself, which is a very clever tactic, to be honest. You have to give credit to him. He never really misses a beat, does he?
Not online, that's for sure. In Zimbabwe, an American journalist has been arrested for a tweet about President Robert Mugabe in what is the first of a new law tightening freedom of speech in the country.
That's right. Martha O'Donovan is an American journalist working for an online satirical news network in Zimbabwe. She posted this tweet here, which you see retweeted by this user, essentially calling the president a goblin and accusing his stepson and wife of importing Rolls-Royce cars. Now, she never actually mentioned Mugabe, but authorities have arrested her, saying she's insulted the president. O'Donovan is actually the first person to be arrested since Mugabe set up this Ministry of Cybersecurity last month, designed to crack down on online dissent. And in reaction, people on Twitter have been tweeting the hashtag goblin sort of out of an act of civil disobedience.
Dipti Laurent, thank you very much indeed. That was Dipti Laurent with our Media Watch this evening.